So you want to build your first AI model. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do that. This is going to be a very beginner-friendly tutorial, and we're going to use Python. If you don't know what Python is, it's basically a programming language that's used for a lot of AI projects. It's really easy to learn, and there's a lot of free resources online to help you get started. Welcome to Tech AI Brain, your ultimate guide through the digital revolution. Created by IT Samurai Teacher, we take complex tech and make it crystal clear. Our mission: to empower you with the knowledge to build, innovate, and stay ahead in machine learning and emerging technologies. Once you have Python installed, the next thing you need is a code editor. A code editor is just a fancy name for a program that you can write your code in. We're going to be using Google Colab for this tutorial, which is a free online code editor that also has a lot of other useful features for AI development. The first thing we're going to do in this notebook is import TensorFlow, and Matplotlib libd is an open source machine learning framework that was developed by Google. It's used for a lot of AI projects because it's really powerful and efficient. Matplotlib is a Python library that's used for plotting graphs and visualizing data. Now that we have those libraries imported, let's create a variable called x that equals an array of values from 0 to 10. This is our input data, and we're going to use it to build a linear regression model. A linear regression model is a type of AI model that predicts a continuous output variable based on one or more input variables. In this case, we're only using one input variable, which is x. The next step is to create a target variable called y that equals the result of the linear regression model. To do that, we're going to use the following formula: y equals 2x plus 1. Now we have our input data and our target data. The next step is to split the data into training and testing sets. Now we have our training and testing data split. The next step is to create a linear regression model. We're going to use the tf-caras sequential function to create a sequential model. A sequential model is a linear stack of layers. In this case, we only need one layer, so we're going to create a dense layer with 10 units. The activation function we're going to use is called relu, which stands for rectified linear uni. It's a type of activation function that's commonly used in neural networks. Now that we have our model created, the next step is to compile it. Model compiling is where we specify the optimizer, loss function, and metrics that will be used during training. For the optimizer, we're going to use the Adam optimizer. It's a type of optimizer that's commonly used in deep learning. For the loss function, we're going to use mean squared error. It's a loss function that measures the mean squared difference between the predicted and actual values. And for the metrics, we're going to use a list containing the string may, which stands for mean absolute error. The mean absolute error is another loss function that's sometimes used in regression problems. It's defined as the mean of the absolute errors. Now that we have our model compiled, the next step is to train it. We're going to use the following function to train the model. Fit. The x_train and y_train arguments are the training data, and ep is the number of times that the model will iterate over the entire training data. After the model is finished training, we can evaluate it using the following function: model evaluate. This function takes in the testing data and returns the loss and metrics for the testing set. The final step is to make a prediction using the trained model. We're going to create a new value for x and call it x_new. Then we're going to use the following function to make a prediction: model predict. This function takes in the new data and returns the predicted values. That's it. You just built your first AI model. As you can see, it's really not that hard to build an AI model. With the right tools and resources, anyone can do it. If you want to learn more about AI and how to build more complex models, I recommend checking out some online courses. There's a lot of great courses out there that can teach you everything from the basics of AI to advanced topics like deep learning. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.